What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar here, coming at you live from Colorado. Sorry I've been away for so long. I was in the Bahamas for the last week and a half. Vacation's nice, but I miss you guys. I hope you miss me too. I see I got 38 subscribers. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate you. If you're new and you're watching this stuff, if you like my face or you like my words, whatever it is, if you like the charts, just leave a like and subscribe, please. I really appreciate it. 38 subscribers. I'm honored. I'm very honored. Thank you all. Very much appreciated. Anywho, what I want to say is this. I had this pulled up. I want to go over this. Okay. This is the first video I ever made was about this, about what I'm going to show you here. We're going to try to condense it. I'm going to try to keep it quick. I always say that, but we're going over right now an impulse wave. Impulse wave. That's what we're going, an impulse wave. And traditionally, historically, most of the time, I think actually all the time, impulse waves are a 5-wave combination. And let's look at this. Right? We've got potentially here, how you identify them. You go from the top, right? Your first move down, that's your first wave. Then we had a little move up. This is your second wave. Then the next move down was our third wave. We had a little move up. That was our fourth wave. And now we're moving down again. We might have finished wave 5. That could be the whole formation right there. That could literally be it. Or wave 5 could continue on, kind of like how, this would have been wave 5 if we turned up from here, but it wouldn't have been. It has to go lower than this. We are lower than wave 3 now, so that is a confirmed wave 5 for sure. It could have bottomed here. It definitely could have bottomed here. I think it's going lower. But it could come back up. It could come back up to 18. I mean, maybe even 20,000. It could come back up there again, but I don't know. I doubt it. But I do think this is going to go lower, though I will say this does right there fit the bill for a 5-wave count. And we're going to go over why. What bill is it fitting? We're going to go over why real quick. Again, I've done this in a couple videos in the past. We're going to do it here. Do one more. All right. So, guidelines. Blah, 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 subdivided into 5 waves. Wave 2 can't retrace more than the beginning of wave 1. Well, if we look, it did not. It did not. The beginning of wave 1's up here. Wave 2 retraced all the way up to here. So it did not. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest wave. So wave 1, 3, and 5 subdivisions are impulse. Okay? So they're impulse. And the subdivisions there can be waves. That's all this is saying, is there can be waves inside the waves, and that's possible too. It might not be. I do think that's what's happening, but wave 3, 1, and 5 are the impulses. And if we look at it, waves 1 is an impulse, wave 3 is an impulse, wave 5 is an impulse. The reason these are impulses is because they're direct moves down, right? And this wave 5 isn't as impulsive, and I would say that firmly if it wasn't for this big-ass red candle here that just came in last week. Wave 3, definitely impulsive. Wave 1, definitely impulsive. But you can see wave 2 and wave 4, they kind of meander. They don't have a whole lot of big, direction either way. It's time that makes these lines. It's not price action. Where here, we got, wave 3, it took the same amount of time as wave 1. If we measure from the beginning to the bottom here, that's 11. Beginning to the bottom here of wave 3, that's 11 bars. Both of them were 11 bars. Same amount of time, but you can see wave 3 is definitely the biggest line. Historically, wave 3 and wave 5 are your biggest lines. Normally it's wave 3. You like to see that. That's how you know. And this looks good. This looks like a textbook Elliot wave. But we're gonna keep comparing it, okay? Wave 3 cannot be the shortest wave, namely between wave 3 or 5, but it can't be so it can't be the shortest of any impulse waves. I will stand to correct this. It cannot be the shortest wave. And it cannot be shorter than wave 1. That's actually it can't be shorter than wave 1. Wave 2 can't be shorter than wave 1. Okay, that makes, it can't, it doesn't say that. It just says it can't retrace to more than wave 1. But wave 3, okay, wave 3 could be shorter than wave 1. It's very unorthodox and it's not common that happens, but generally wave 3 is the biggest, if not one of the biggest impulses. Wave 5 tends to be the only other big one. Wave 4 does not overlap with the price territory of wave 1. Well, let's check that out. Here's wave 4. Wave 1 bottomed here. Wave 4 didn't come anywhere near there, so that checks out. That's good. Wave 5 needs to end with momentum divergence. Okay. Well, how do we measure that? This is a strength index here. We do have, if we look at it on the weekly, we do have confirmed bullish divergence. Whether you want to take it from this point here or these points here, you've got lower lows and higher lows. That is confirmed bullish divergence. I don't know though if the RSI is a momentum indicator. I'm not entirely positive on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw the MACD on here. We're going to get some momentum diverging, momentum average or moving average convergence divergence here. And we can see, yes, we do have bullish divergence. We do have, oh, can you take those cookies out? Yeah. They've been in there for a second. I'm sorry. I fucked that up.
Also, Ted's coming over. So.
Okay, cool. I'm almost done. So you can see it. You've got red here, and we've got green building. We're in the green while going lower. Textbook, and that is divergence. You can see it if it doesn't. If the histogram isn't textbook, you can see it in this line here. The oscillators. It's going up while price is going down. That's momentum divergence right there, which is exactly what wave 5's criteria needs to be. Ends with momentum divergence. This histogram, these lines could cross to the downside. We could get a red histogram coming in, but as long as this red histogram doesn't get bigger than this, and we can see even actually low, higher low, higher low, when we have low, lower low, lower low, lower low, you know what I mean? Like, it is diverging, but it would be textbook, it would be ideal if we had some red counts on this MACD, and it's on the weekly scale. That could, you know, we're kind of high up on the histogram here. It could take a few weeks and some more downside before we see that, but I do think we're going to see that. And when we see that, when we see this red blip come up like this, the dark red comes in, it's probably going to be time to buy, probably. And that will only happen if price keeps going down, unfortunately. It could move sideways and slightly down, but it will have to move down from here, or be dramatically sideways, which I don't see happening. Anyways, I mean, we can look back over here, for example, our last bear market, right here, there we go. I'm just going to blow this up if I can find it. There we go. Make that bigger. I might just delete the RSI as a whole, make it not confusing. Okay, so again, you've got deep red here, shallower red, you know, it gets shallower. This right here, technically it's a little deeper than these, but this, if you had a line, you could see, and I mean, even here you can see on these lines, it's bullishly diverging, and that was the bottom. That was the bottom of the market. This last little red histogram, it's higher low than this one previously. That was the bottom. We got it here even. Low, higher low on the histogram, higher low on the histogram. That was the bottom there. If we go back to another bear market, I'm on Coinbase, so this doesn't really, let me go to the index. Let's just see the index. Yeah, so this bear market here even, yeah, kind of the same thing, right? We had these lows coming in, we had green coming in, but we didn't find the bottom of the market, so we hit that last little red blip there. And even if you bought on this one, you've got low, higher low, and that was a relative bottom. That was. We've got a similar situation going on right now, guys. Right now, going on as that 2015 situation, where we've got low, higher low, we're green and creating lower lows. We haven't yet hit that red though. And once we hit that red, I think that's going to be time to buy. Don't take my word for it. Take Elliot Wave word for it. Anyways, now let's get back to the charts. I guess we're in the charts already. Let's get back to the indicators. Not the indicator. Let's get away from the indicators. Damn. I swear I haven't had anything to drink today. We're going to draw this 5-wave count, and then we're going to measure it a different way. Okay? Potentially different way. So wave 2 using fibs now. This is again to kind of meet the criteria that's required for an impulse wave. Gone off, like, I mean, this website, but it's going off of the fundamentals to Elliot Wave trading. It's not precise. I want to say that all these are not definite definitions. They can be fudged a little bit, but we're going to go off of it anyways. We're going to go off the textbook example. So wave 2 is 50%, 61.8, 7, blah, blah, blah. It's not saying it has to be all these. It just has to be one of these. Well, if we measure wave 1 right here, I'm going to take it away so we know. But from top to bottom, I think I've drawn it enough that you guys can see the waves. We retraced on Bitcoin all the way up to the 50%. We literally bounced right off the 50% line. And if you see right here, first one, wave 2 is 50%. Okay, 50% of wave 1. Well, from top to bottom, 50% of wave 1 would have been right there, which is exactly where wave 2 topped out at. So that meets the criteria right there. Now, wave 3 is 161.8, 200%, 2618, blah, 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 of waves 1 to 2. So let's do that. Okay, so from, actually, let me delete this. If we go from the bottom of wave 1 here to the top of wave 2, this is measuring the extension of wave 2, which wave 3 is the extension of wave 2, or an extension of wave 1, however you want to put it. All the way down at the bottom, you can see the bottom of wave 3 here, right? All the way down, that's wave 3. 2618 on the dot. Well, wave 3 is 261.8%. Okay, that meets that criteria. Very specific numbers here. Okay, I'm not making these numbers up. You're seeing me draw them right now, right? Measuring it. I'm not making this up. Wave 4 is blah, 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 but no more than 50% of wave 3. That's the main point. They're saying it could be this, this, this. This one's saying, again, it can kind of be fudged, but the main criteria, what's in bold here, is that it's no more than 50% of wave 3. So let's take that. Let's do that. Let's measure wave 3. So the bottom of wave 3 would be here. Top of wave 3 would be here. We went up and we didn't even hit 38.2. We got close to 38.2. And by the way, even without Elliott waves, this getting resistance like this without even being able to touch the 382, this is very weak. It's very weak. Then we got below the 236. We couldn't even get above it. That's very weak. This is classic. The fibs were telling us we were going to go lower. And we did. We did. We honestly did. And we probably have lower to go, honestly. We probably do have lower to go. But that's neither here nor there. We're almost there. So meets the criteria of wave 4. It didn't even hit 38.2%. Definitely didn't hit 50%. You know, close is close. It's right there. There are 3 different ways to measure wave 5. First, wave 5 is inverse 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 6, 1, 8 retracement of wave 4. Okay, wave 4. So if this was wave 4 from bottom to top, right, that's wave 4. Wave 5 is either a 1, 2, 7, 2. It's a 1, 2, 3, 6, but I'm going to use the 1, 2, 7, 2, which it actually bottomed right at, by the way. 1, 2, 7, 2. I like to use the 1, 2, 7, 2. This is what I mean by it's not an exact thing. People say, I mean, this guy says 1, 2, 3.6. I use the 1, 2, 7, 2. I don't do the 1, 2, 3, 6. I use the 1, 2, 7, 2. So that's the first target, okay? Or a 1, 6, 1, 8, which we were talking about, right? And if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that this is precisely why I've been saying for months now, not even since I made my channel back here, but like for months, man, I've been saying, once I saw this wave 3 come in, like I was under the impression that this is a 5-wave count, and I'm sticking with it. And the first way to measure the target for wave 5 is for it to hit the 1, 2, 7, 2, which it did do. So maybe wave 5 is complete, or it could go to the 1, 6, 1, 8. Again, it's not a precise thing. It could go in between them. It doesn't have to go exactly to them. This website kind of makes it seem like it has to be exactly those 2 numbers. I don't know. It puts a dash somewhere in between. So yeah. And it did that. It did that with really high volume. I mean, on election day, you know, on a lunar eclipse, like it did it. So that could have been the bottom. I don't think it was. But the next way to measure it, second wave, wave 5 is equal to wave 1. Okay, so let's do that. Let us do that. Wave 1 right here, from top to bottom, wave 1. Wave 5, again, would have started up here. Oops. Would have started right there. So wave 5, if it was equal to wave 1, well, that would put us at around $12,000. $12,100. Now, it doesn't have to be that long to the downside. It could be, because let's see, that says 248 pixels. Well, 248 pixels could also be, I mean, if we were to get a double bottom off of this current low and it happened in March of next year, well, that would be the same length there. If it wasn't that, we could see something, you know, in between where 248 pixels takes us, like right there, to around $13,700, which, if you remember, again, is really close to this line right here. This line right here, I'm going to make it a different color so we don't get them confused. I'm going to make it yellow. You know what? We're going to make it red because we need to hold that line. You know? And that's really close to our 1618 target too. There's a couple things kind of confirming that down there, that could be the zone. Okay, so we've got 2 potential targets. And I'm going to leave all that up, actually. I'm just going to take away these info lines. Take away, take away. Almost done, y'all. I promise you I'm almost done. And the last way, the third way to measure wave 5 is 61.8% of waves 1 to 3. So if we took waves 1 to 3, which we're going to take wave from the top of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 3, waves 1 to 3. We did 61.8% of that. I'm going to use an info line again. That would be from here, the orange line is the 618, all the way down to the gray line. This time it's a straight line. There's no debating it. It could, it could take longer time to achieve this, but this is the price. This is what it's set to. So wave 5 starts from the top of wave 4 of there. That would put us down at a price of about 10,727. So we've got prices. We've got a price range riddled out through anywhere from like low 12,000s, low or high 10,000s, and then around 14 to 16,000, right? We could go as low as 10,000. I doubt that we actually break below this. I doubt that we go lower, too much lower than that. I would be surprised if we actually did hit 10,000. I'd be surprised if we broke through 12,000, honestly. I'm not expecting us to go much lower than 14. But what else is new? I've been saying that for months now. And I'm going to keep saying it till it happens or until I'm proven otherwise, And basically, guys, that's all I got. That's all I got. I wanted to say, I got this 5-wave count here. We got the 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5. I know it's not drawn accurately. Let's see. And that's what I'm going off of. This is what I'm going off of. I'm playing it off of this book, play by play. You can go to Elliot Wave Forecast and measure it yourself if you'd like to. But I do think we're going to come lower. And I think that lower might look something like this. It might be a drawn-out wave 5. It could be less than that. We could see it in the next couple weeks, but I'm thinking somewhere by the end of this month, end of December, or the beginning of January, we're going to see that. Anywho, that's all I got for you guys. I got company coming over, so I gotta turn this off. So I hope you all have a good day. Like and subscribe the video for more. I know it might be a little sporadic. It's my first day back in a little while. I had 2 weeks off. Cut me some slack, man. I got Bahama brain. Please like and subscribe the video. I really appreciate it. I really like seeing this channel grow. I hope you guys too. And I hope you guys like seeing it grow too, is what I was trying to say. And if you find this content informational, and helpful, then definitely like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Chris Harris 85, ChrisHarris 85, and I think you can follow me on TikTok too. It's just Christopher Harris Jr. maybe on TikTok. I make month-to-month videos on TikTok talking about this stuff. So, anywho, that's all I got. This was just a drawn-out explanation of the same thing I've been saying, guys. We're in a 5-wave move down. I don't think it's over yet. Could it be over? Yes, we did meet the criteria. Yes, we could be over. How would we actually know that this is over? Let's get to that. How do we know that this is over? How can we confirm that this is over? Well, it's very simple. If we cross back above this line here, actually, if we get above 17,600, I'm pretty sure that invalidates the waves. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It might be able to go up higher. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure if you cross back into wave 4, that invalidates it. So if we see prices above, on a weekly basis, if we see prices above 17,700, that could in fact confirm that we have a bottom. And you might not be buying at $15,500, but you can still buy below $20,000 with that and feel safe about it. This 5-wave count does not mean that we are off to the races. It does not mean it's go time. It does not mean that. If this is a 5-wave count and that right there is the bottom, if that's how it is, we likely will move sideways. We will likely move sideways for a little bit. Maybe not that long, obviously, but we will likely move sideways. Don't get your hopes up yet. I bet Bitcoin will be, regardless of where it is in this wave count, it'll be below $30,000 for quite some time. but we'll get to that when it's time for it. So, anywho, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. That's all I got. Take care.